Hi guys, my name's Tim. I'll be taking you on the tour of the backwoods of Gatorland today. Just a couple of things before we take off. Please stay seated through the entire train ride and keep your hands and feet and little brother inside the train at all times. If you have any questions, just yell them out really loud because I won't be able to hear anything you're saying, so it doesn't matter. And sit tight, and here we go. Oh, you guys feel the G-forces on your face? Feel the skin getting pulled back on your face? Probably was a little fast takeoff, but I'll make sure I slow it down for the rest of the ride. Alright guys, I'll start us off with a little bit of history about Gatorland. Gatorland was not always called Gatorland. That's right, back in 1949, our founding father, Mr. Owen Godwin, decided to start his own wildlife theme park. And when he did that, he originally called it the Florida Fish and Wildlife Institute. That's right, but that name sounds pretty boring. It sounds like a school or a government building or something like that. No one wants to go to school on their day off, right? At least I don't. These two guys in the front do, I think. They look like nerds to me. Yeah, so he decided to spice it up a bit because that name was boring, and he decided to call it Snake Village. And Snake Village is a really cool name, but some people find it kind of terrifying. Turns out a lot of people are afraid of snakes, so they didn't want to stop and visit his park. So it was back to the drawing board. And in 1954, Owen and his wife Pearl sat down at the dinner table, and Pearl said to Owen, "Hey Owen, you got all these gators, you got all this land, why don't you just call it Gatorland?" And the name stuck. So how many of you guys are riding through Gatorland today? One guy. Thank you, sir, for paying attention. And he's blinged out, too. He's blinging. Cool. Alright, now that Owen had a really cool name for his really cool park, he needed a way to attract attention. He needed a way to spread the word, the good word, about Gatorland. So what he did was he painted his Jeep bright orange. He painted a trailer to match, and inside that trailer he threw Cannibal Jake. Cannibal Jake was the biggest, meanest, ugliest alligator he had here at Gatorland. Him and Cannibal Jake drove up and down the East Coast, and they would stop at every county fair and festival, and they would charge people 5 cents to view Cannibal Jake. And with all the money they saved, they came back to Gatorland and expanded the park from 16 acres to the beautiful 110 acres that we're going to roll through with today. Guys, I'll slow us down a bit as we come into Jungle Crocs of the World. In our first enclosure on the right hand side, you'll see Morton and his girlfriend Sheila. Morton's the one up on the right hand side of the bank, sunning, and Sheila's in the pond right next to him. Morton and Sheila are two saltwater crocodiles. They are native to North Australia and Southeast Asia. That's right, the saltwater crocodiles are the largest reptile in the world. And then grow up to 23 feet in length and weigh nearly 3,000 pounds. Pretty cool. Yeah, in the second enclosure, you'll see my first and last attempt at flying. You can see how I landed this job on the train. Now, inside that enclosure, we have some spectacled caiman native to South America. Let me slow us down a bit here. And finally, in our third enclosure, we have Big Daddy Dundee and his girlfriend Phoebe. I don't know where Phoebe is. Oh, she's over in the water on the left-hand side of the pool. But yeah, check out Big Daddy Dundee. He's the largest saltwater crocodile we have here at Gatorland. He's about 14 feet long and weighs a little over 1,000 pounds. And he's mean and he's fast. What's up, buddy? A snake? I can't hear you. Yell a little louder. I'll tell you what, bud. Once we stop, all right? When we get back, I'll come out and we'll answer that question, all right? Yeah, guys. Big Daddy Dundee's a mean crocodile and he's fast as heck. When I go in there to feed him at night, I got my Nikes on. Believe that, and they're tied up tight. But yeah, if you haven't had a chance yet, please take a walk back through Jungle Crocs of the World. You'll be able to check out Big Daddy Dundee, his girlfriend Phoebe, and some of our really cool and endangered Cuban crocodiles, and some really awesome and ugly looking Nile crocodiles. Shouldn't call them ugly. They might get mad. Yeah, those Nile crocodiles are the ones you see on National Geographic or Nat Geo. For you guys who are cool and hip, like me, I say Nat Geo. Yeah, you see them on Nat Geo pulling down the baby zebras and wildebeest into the waters of the Serengeti just after the flooding season. Actually, a cool fact about the Nile crocodiles is that they kill almost 200 people a year in Africa. Yeah, if you don't believe me, then you're in denial. Oh, that's right. You line them up, I'm knocking them down all day. Alright guys, on your right hand side, you'll see a fan boat. Boats like that were used by poachers back in the 50s and 60s. And they nearly hunted the American alligator to extinction here in Florida in the Everglades. But because some reg gentleman decided to open up his own alligator farm, you know, guys just like Owen Godwin, and they sold their leather goods for a cheaper price than the poachers were charging. They put the poachers right out of business, and the American alligator made a full recovery. There's now over 2 million alligators in the state of Florida alone. Alright guys, we're now in the piney woods. If you take a look over on your left hand side, you'll see some cracker cattle, or scrub cattle. Those two cattle are descendants from cattle brought over by the Spanish explorers in the 1500s. That's right, Ponce de Leon introduced cattle to Florida. And those descendants do very well. They were bred to be smaller cattle. They have those short horns, not the long horns like you see in Texas. Hook 'em. And they do very well here in the tight spaces and the high humidity. They're specialized. Alright guys, yeah, this section of Gatorland is kept in its natural state, so keep an eye out for any rats, bats, snakes, possums. Awesome possums. They're a little bit bigger than regular possums, and they wear sunglasses. And when they get frightened, they do the Fonzie. Hey, leave me alone, brother. So let me know if you see any snakes, because I'll hop out and grab it if it's not venomous. And I'll show everyone. And if it's venomous, we'll have the guy in the brown jacket over there with the sunglasses. He'll jump out and grab it, and I'll talk about it. Thank you, sir. He's actually a world-famous snake wrangler, so it's an honor to be with you today, sir. Tip my cap. Thank you. Actually, guys, back in the 1950s, or as late as the 1950s, this land was inhabited by the Seminole Indians. The Seminoles are actually famous for making the structure that we just rolled under. It's called a chickee, or a chickee hut. It's made up of logs and tightly woven palmetto leaves. The reason why they're pretty cool is that they're completely waterproof and extremely wind resistant. That one right there has been through 3 hurricanes and a tornado. Pretty impressive. And Chiki in the Seminole language means my house. Alright guys, on our left hand side, speaking of my house, you'll see my house. That's right. I'll be cooking dinner later on, so if there's any single ladies on the train, dinner's at 6:30. That's my hot tub out front. So after a little candlelight dinner, I'll make some bagel bites, and then we'll hang out in the hot tub. Maybe smoke a cigar, whatever you're into. Come on guys, don't make fun of me. I ride the train at Gatorland, you know. I gotta get a date somehow. So, offer still stands, 6:30, single ladies. Moving on. That is quite enough of that. On your left hand side, you'll see some emu, or emu. They're a native species of bird to Australia, and they're actually the second largest bird in the world. Can anyone tell me what the largest bird in the world is? Hi guys. Anyone? What's up, buddy? Ostrich. I'm sorry, that's a really good guess though. The largest bird in the world is Big Bird from Sesame Street. Yeah, the Wikipedia, man. Oh, I burned you so bad. No, I'm just kidding. Alright guys, we're going to make a quick stop right here. Alright, sir in the brown, this is the alligator wrestling arena. You guys will find pearls if you're hungry. It's lunchtime. And there's actually restrooms over there too if you're looking for them. So just head down the ramp to your left hand side. You'll see the restrooms in the brown building with the chimney. And the alligator wrestling show starts at 12:30. So if anyone's interested in not having to walk all the way back here, you know. Hey bud, what was your question earlier?
Are snakes in the pond or a fish?
Oh, you saw something moving in the pond back in the crocodile? Yeah, there's actually some little baby fish in there, but, you know, snakes, there's so many snakes that live around here that if you did see something that was a little bit longer and wiggling in there, I'm sure it was a snake because we got a ton of them just creeping and crawling around all the time. Yeah. Thank you. Have fun at the wrestling show, alright guys? Cool, I got 3 friends. And he's videotaping, that's cool. Nice. You're not like an outside secret agent. What do you call those, private detective? No. You're not from Cheaters, right? My girlfriend's not watching like behind the room. Don't tell her that I said single ladies, I was just kidding. I don't really cheat on her. Alright. Let's get out of here. Alright guys, sit tight. Here we go. Alright, obviously on your left hand side, that's our Cracker Style Alligator Wrestling Arena. It was built back in 1991 when a man by the name of Tim Williams, we call him the Dean of Alligator Wrestling, came to Gatorland and he taught us all how to wrestle alligators without getting our hands or our heads bit off. Well, most of us anyway. What's up, man? Oh, if you guys haven't had a chance to check out the zip line, it's pretty sweet. You get to zip out over the crocodiles and alligators. Just keep your feet up, all right? And don't wear any nice shoes, because they can jump high. Because your foot will grow back. But if you lose your favorite flip-flop, you're going to be mad for a long time. Alright. On our left, coming up, is the up-close encounter stage. That's where you get the opportunity to get up close and personal with some of our creepy, crawly, slithery, and slimy friends here at Gatorland. After that, you might get a chance to actually hold one of them, which is pretty cool. If you don't like the creepy, crawly, or slithery, slimy, scaly guys that we got here at Gatorland, this is our world famous Gatorland petting zoo. That's right, world famous. I'm really not sure why it's world famous. It's really just a bunch of goats and sheep. Cool thing about the petting zoo is that if you go in to pet the animals, you can have all you can eat raisinets all day, every day. You just pick them up off the ground. You can have as many as you like. Just make sure you check the expiration date, because I had one yesterday and it didn't taste so hot. You know, I think they might have gone bad. So use caution. Don't be a glutton. Don't hog all the raisinets. Alright guys, on our right hand side you'll see the 10-acre alligator breeding marsh. Inside that marsh there's 130 alligators. There's 100 females and 30 very lucky but very tired males. That's right. Every night after the park closes up and it gets nice and quiet, me and my boss go out there, we load some speakers into the water, we play some Marvin Gaye and some Barry White, set the mood with a hanky-panky. But, you know, not to knock Barry or anything, I mean, he's a legend. But I try to spice it up a bit, you know, I'm hip. So I change the CD when my boss isn't looking, I put on Justin Timberlake. And I bring sexy back. It seems to work out well. Quick stop. Yeah, cool thing about the breeding marsh is that every January it actually becomes an aviary. So all the bird life of Florida, the local bird life, will come here and lay their eggs and make their nests and raise their chickadees. And you know, some people might say, why the heck would birds want to come to an alligator marsh to raise their young? It sounds kind of sketchy. But if you think about it like this, right? If your house was surrounded by alligators, then no one would ever try to rob you. Same thing goes for the birds. They're protected from all their natural predators like possums, raccoons, bobcats, coyotes, wily coyotes. Hi guys. Hi guys. Hey, really cool. Just really quickly, the man right there in the white shirt is actually the owner of Gatorland. So everyone please wave and thank him, because he's a great man and he should give me a raise. Preferably not a raisinette raise. I've had enough. Thanks, boss. He has no idea. He doesn't even know that he's the owner. No one told him yet. Alright guys, as we make our final approach to the train station, please stay seated until we come to a complete stop. If you had a good time, my name is Tim. If you had a bad time, my name is Mickey Mouse. Yeah, that'll work. Alright, thanks again for riding the Gatorland Express. And please, please, please enjoy the rest of your day here at the alligator capital of the world. Hey, what do you say we just keep rolling on through the station and look at everyone's faces and they go, what? Wait, what? Why is the train stopping for us? You guys are mean. You're like, yeah, let's do it. Guy with the video camera, I'm going to need to see those release forms. I'm going to sign off on them, so just bring them on up to me. And I want my royalty check too.
Thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to ring the notification bell to keep up to date with my new uploads.